Peter Daguiar, Peter Stanislaus Daguiar in 1934. Following the death of his father, Daguiar became the managing director of the family business, Daguiar Bros. Limited. The Guyanese business, which was involved in the production of rum and soft drinks, became the first in South America to bottle Pepsi-Cola in 1942. Daguiar created Banks Breweries Limited in 1955, which in contrast to the family business was a public company. However, Daguiar Bros. Went public in 1966 and merged with Banks Breweries Limited in 1969, resulting in Daguiar Bros. Limited. John Baptist Lucius Noel was a British mountaineer and filmmaker best known for his film of the 1924 British Mount Everest expedition. His father, Colonel Edward Noel, was the younger son of Charles Noel, 2nd Earl of Gainsborough. Born in Newton Abbot, Devon, England, Noel was educated in Switzerland, where he fell in love with the mountains, and at the Royal Military Academy Sandhurst. He was baptized Baptist Lucius and added the name John by deed poll in 1908. Noel was commissioned into the East Yorkshire Regiment in 1909 and posted to India. Maurizio Merli was an Italian film actor and a star of many Italian police thrillers. After a decade of minor film roles, 1974 saw a breakthrough for Merli with his first starring role in a remake of romantic drama Catine, and brought in as lead in the third of a franchise for White Fang to the Rescue, in part due to his resemblance to Franco Nero. However, the following year became a true banner one for Merli when he made Violet Rome, which was an enormous success, and made him the star of poliziesque genre. Robert Lacoste, of 5 July 1898, Robert Lacoste was born at Azerat. He studied at the law school in Paris, and became a civil servant and CGT trade unionist. He participated in the resistance. In 1944, he was Joint Delegate General of the French Committee of National Liberation for occupied France, and become Minister for Industrial Production in the Provisional Government of General de Gaulle. A member of both Houses of Parliament and Socialist MP for the Dordogne, he was Minister of Industry until 1950. Mike Sekowsky was an American comics artist known as the penciler for DC Comics' Justice League of America during most of the 1960s, and as the regular writer and artist on Wonder Woman during the late 1960s and early 1970s. Early life and career: Sekowsky was born in Lansford, Pennsylvania, and began working in the comics medium in 1941 as an artist at Marvel Comics' predecessor Timely Comics in New York City. Nicolae Steinhardt was a Romanian writer, Orthodox monk and lawyer. His main book, Journalul Pharisiriei, is regarded as a major text of 20th-century Romanian literature and a prime example of Eastern European anti-communist literature. Early life: he was born in Pantalimon commune, near Bucharest, from a Jewish father and a Romanian mother. His father was an engineer, architect and decorated World War I participant. Millard Sheets and the Los Angeles County Museum. Millard Sheets was born June 24, 1907, and grew up in the Pomona Valley, east of Los Angeles. He is the son of John Sheets. He attended the Chouinard Art Institute and studied with painters Frank Tolles Chamberlain and Clarence Hinkle. While he was still a teenager, his watercolors were accepted for exhibition in the annual California Watercolor Society show. By the age of 19, he was elected into membership of the California Watercolor Society. Hemwadi Nandan Bahaguna, he later joined Bharatiya Lok Dal and worked with Charan Singh. He was born on 25 April 1919 in Bagani, Puri Garhwal, Uttarakhand, in a Garhwali Brahmin family. The family later moved to Allahabad in Uttar Pradesh. Little is known about his first marriage. His first wife always lived in his native village. Bugani is a simple village woman. His second wife, Kamala Bahaguna, lived with him in Allahabad and was mother of their 3 children. Their eldest son Vijay Bahaguna served as the chief minister of Uttarakhand. Juliet Compton was an American actress whose career began in the silent film era and concluded with That Hamilton Woman in 1941. Compton was born in Columbus, Georgia, on May 3, 1899. She was a model for illustrator Harrison Fisher and perhaps his favorite model. Compton's show business career began when she acted in The Kiss Burglar in New York. That was followed by a season in The Ziegfeld Follies. In London, she appeared on stage for 3 years, including acting in The League of Notions, and went on to act in British films for 5 years. Claudio Santoro was an internationally renowned Brazilian composer, conductor, and violinist. Early life a native of Manaus, the capital of Amazonas, Santoro started to study violin and piano as a child. His efforts made the government of Amazonas send him to study at the Conservatorio Brasileiro de Música in Rio de Janeiro. Career at the age of 18, he was already teaching violin at the conservatory. He was a pupil of Hans Joachim Kohlreuter, a composer who influenced him. He also studied in Paris with Nadia Boulanger. Fang Qi was a politician, provincial governor, diplomat, author, and a high-ranking Kuomintang official of the Republic of China. Fang Qi was born into the prominent Tungchang Fang clan in Tungchang, Anhui Qing Empire in November 1895. His father was Fang Rong, the middle son of Fang Lanfan, a Qing dynasty author. He is a direct descendant of Fang Shipu, Fang Zhaipo, and Fang Yanru, an early Qing scholar, author, magistrate, and governor of Guangxi Province. Besandata Patil was an Indian politician from Sangli, Maharashtra. He was known as the first modern Maratha strongman and first mass leader in Maharashtrian politics. Patil served as Chief Minister of Maharashtra from 17 May 1977 to 18 July 1978, and again from 2 February 1983 to 1 June 1985. He also served as the Governor of Rajasthan for a little under 2 years from 1985 to 1987. Born on 13 November 1917 at Padmail 3 kilometers from Sangli, his native village. May Allison was an American actress whose greatest success was achieved in the early part of the 20th century in silent films, although she also appeared on stage. Allison was born in Rising Fawn, Georgia, the youngest of 5 children born to John Samuel Allison and Nanny Virginia Allison. She made her Broadway debut in 1911 as Beauty in Walter Brown's Everywoman before settling in Hollywood, California in the early days of motion pictures. Scott Safran was an American video gamer noted for setting the world record score, which stood for 27 years on the arcade game Asteroids. Safran was born on August 19, 1967, to Mitch and Fran Safran in Trenton, New Jersey. As a teenager, he became interested in baseball, guitars, the Grateful Dead, and eventually arcade games. He was determined to break a world record on an arcade game, finally settling on Asteroids. Arto Tulsa was a Finnish footballer. Tulsa started his career in his hometown of Kotka, playing for Kotkan Tyrvin Paloilajat. He was promoted to first team as a 16-year-old for 1962 second division season after successful match in a local competition in previous fall. Playing as a striker, he scored an impressive 43 goals in 22 matches in his first season. He scored in 21 out 22 matches in that season and still holds the most goals in a single season record for second level of football in Finland.